Well, hi there, everybody. How are we doing tonight? I don't even know who's all gathered in it yet at this point, but I'm sure some more people will come in and gather in. My name is Jay Edgar. We're going to be playing some video games tonight because we all need a little bit of the break right now. I mean, it's been a grind at everybody. This is, as they say over on social media, my millennial generation friends say, this has been the Mondayest Tuesday ever. So I think it may be time for us to relax. I have no idea how long I'm going to make it tonight. I know, of course, always on Wednesday the goal is midnight, but I don't know if I can do it. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to unwind. I keep getting a second wind here and there, but we'll see what happens. We're going to go back and we're going to play some more New Vegas here. I know I played a little bit on Saturday, and the cat's out of the bag that, yes, of course, we're going to sit back and we're going to have the radio on because it's been ridiculous that I haven't had it on. And for whatever reason, I got pissed off enough that I just said to Susan WikiWiki, hey, just start content striking me. If you want to start throwing around content strikes like they're candy, just start fucking content striking me, because you took one of Steven's videos off the air, and you've been content striking everything that's in my unlisted folder left and right. So, fine, you want to play with content strikes? Fucking play with content strikes, but we are not here for news. I do hope you guys can all join me for Contemporary tomorrow, because there is a lot. Those of you who watch this that are on my Discord server, go and check the Discord server. Just the Articles Worth Investigating tab. I loaded that up just a little bit ago. I had to, because there was I had a short show today, and I said there wasn't a lot of news going on today, and then I started opening up the news files, and there's been a dump today. So we've got a lot to talk about. Tomorrow might be my longest Contemporary ever, but anyway, we need to get out of here and get into the fun stuff. So I'm going to close out some tabs here so we can get ready to go, and we are going to get started. Get rid of Discord. I don't need that going right now. Is there anything else I can get rid of? Nope. Alright, let's go play some video games. Saint, I cannot read German. That's one of the few languages that I don't know. And by few, I mean a lot, because I am only actually passable in Spanish and fluent in English. It sounded cool, but yeah, that's actually a fib. You know, I'm going to get struck for that too, by the way. Alright, let's get the live chat up here, get the performance monitor up here, and let's get going. Good evening, bitches. Well, you and I are the only bitches right now. But Ron will show his face here in just a little bit. That much I know. He's good for that. He enjoys it. What, my vulgar greeting? It could be worse. You could do what Midget does, which is actually censored by YouTube at this point. Because Midget comes on every time when he goes on the generational gap and just starts out with sub-cunts. Until YouTube started censoring him. Now he goes and works over on DLive. Alright, so where we just left off here. Well, actually I started doing some other stuff too, just off the side here. This is our game, of course, with Jessica. But I did just start doing a full melee build that I've not fired off a single bullet. No, I take that back. I fired off 3 bullets in the entire game. And there are the 3 from the training area, because I do like to take the experience early on in the game. And of course, to do the training, you have to knock over bottles with the varmint rifle in the beginning, as Sunny Smile teaches you how to use all your controls. So, I did that one. I've been doing this melee build other than that, though, and it's a little fun. It's different. I'm just going to say it in German now, from now on, or maybe in French. You don't know French either. They made us take a little bit of French in high school. Not much, but a little bit. All right, where we last left off, I put on the dress from the old ladies because they bombarded me after I came out of the robotics lab and got the sex bot out there. But we had just finished up the Atomic Wrangler quests. I took Spanish. Yeah, so did I. I used to be pretty good at it, but I got out of practice. No, I'm not anymore. We had just finished up the Atomic Wrangler, which means I think we have no.
One odd robot.
The only other Freeside faction that we do have to work with right now is the Silver Rush. But I don't want to work with them just yet. I think actually we're going to take one step into the main quest so that these Legion assholes stop shooting at me.
Lasers, plasma, pistols, grenades. We got it all.
Do I want to do this yet? Yeah, I do. Because we've done all the King's quests, we've done all the Followers quests. No, we still have one more Followers quest, don't we? Yes. We have to go talk to Julie for the Followers. Then we're done with Freeside until we go and do the Silver Rush. Robot fetishist. I mean, I banged a synthetic in Fallout 4. Does that count? Especially a Fallout 4 synth. I've never played Fallout 4, but I've read some of the lore off that, and I mean, from what I understand out of Fallout 4 lore, the synths are like one step removed from human. So I don't know if that counts or not. I know I read a Reddit feed asking if synths could be turned into ghouls because they're so close to human.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
Hey.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people.
Hey, look. Right on cue, there's Ron. After we talk about who we banged, there is Ron Helton. Ron, welcome in. I hope you take some time and unwind tonight. At some point, that dude's going to become a companion. I just don't know if I'm going to do it yet. Oh no, I'm waiting to do Veronica's companion quest first. All right, Julie, where the French toast are you? Suppose maybe if I select the quest, I'll have an easier time finding her. There she is.
Welcome.
Hi, Julie. I helped with that addiction problem you mentioned. They actually don't have any mechanical parts, so I guess not. At least the imposter variants don't.
I saw them. Thank you so much for helping them. This means a lot to the followers of the apocalypse. You have our thanks. If you need some medical supplies, come see me. With Jacob working with us, we should be able to spare a stim or fixer once a day.
You said you could...
Sure. Would you like a stim pack, fixer, or Rataway?
I'm gonna take a stim pack.
You'll need to wait another 24 hours for us to get more made. We need everything else we currently have.
Neat. Thank you. The Garrick should be sending over supplies shortly.
I'm honestly pleasantly surprised they would help us out. But I can see the Garretts aren't doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. Well, it looks like you've earned yourself a discount on supplies now that we'll be fully covered. This supply deal will aid our work immensely.
All right. 2 quests down. And we are going to go to the Lucky 38.
We've got stuff
Right?
we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mick and Ralph's.
Is that how I want to do this? Let me think about this for a second. No, I don't want to do this way. We're going to go to the Crimson Caravan Company first. We're going to go down the Cass quest. So that as soon as I'm done with Veronica, we can go ahead and run and go down Cass's quest line. Which is a fun one. Lucky 38 is an oxymoron. Maybe I'm a little bit behind on my gambling lingo, but I don't know how. Or is this in-game lingo that you're talking? Alright, where the hell is Crimson Caravan? Alright, let's queue up Heartache by the number. You don't know why I'm dicking around with trying to walk around to this, because I could have just fast traveled to there from where we were in there. Because I remember I did grab the map marker as long as we were walking around out here. And on to the Crimson Caravan. 38 is an unlucky round. Okay.
McClafferty's been riding asses again. Better lay low.
Hey there. Here's the rest of the payment I promised you back in Good Springs.
Who's in charge here?
Alice McClafferty runs the Crimson Caravan. You can find her over in the main office.
And we didn't get to do this earlier on in the game, but we're actually going to do one of the little side things that they programmed into this game. So in New Vegas, they added, I mean, you've obviously got the table games, which I clearly suck at, even with my luck being boosted from the New Vegas Medical Clinic. I still suck at them, but they do have an in-game game called Caravan that you can play with various characters through here. And if you'd have done the dialogue, or if I'd have done the dialogue tree correctly in the beginning of the game, he would have given me away a Caravan deck, and I've been, kind of picking up cards here and there for it. So we can actually finish the dialogue tree here and ask him what the rules of Caravan are.
It's a two-player game, and the winner takes the whole pie. You build a caravan using the cards in your deck. The goal is to create caravan bids that beat your opponent's bids. So there's more strategy than luck involved. It's why you won't see Caravan in any casino. Too slow-paced. And more importantly, no house edge. Here, take this holotape. It goes into more specifics about the rules. You'll also need a deck, so take one of my spares. So, you feel like playing a game?
Well, let's play.
Don't worry. I'm not that good of a player.
So we're gonna match him. Auto match. I'm gonna randomize the deck. I don't believe in playing with a preset deck, and I tend to do okay without doing it. Now, the only one that I don't know what it does in this game is the Queen. I do not remember what the Queen does. But you want to start on one end or the other if you can. You're basically what you're supposed to do is you can go up or down. Oh, the Queen reverses direction. So you can build a caravan up or down, but you can't go over there. The Jack eliminates a card, whichever card you lay it on, and the King doubles whatever card you lay it on. I might have that backwards. But of course, it's all with keyboard commands. There's no mouse over it or anything. So we will start with the 2. Put that down there. And I will make my second caravan starting with the 8 and do that in a descending direction. Okay, apparently I can't do that in a descending direction. Whatever. We'll leave it there. Okay, so the king is the doubler. And we can actually do stuff on his side of the board too. Like, if I wanted to take away his doubler like that, I would just drop the jack on there, and then he would no longer have his double. I think... no, I can't do it on the 9. So the jack does remove the card, the king doubles it, and the queen lets you reverse direction. And I am going to... no, why do I do that? I want to do this. The goal is to get your caravans between, all of them between 21 and 26. That's a really weird sign. 515 isn't the main dragon of Vegas. It is a bypass. I missed the sign, unfortunately. I'll have to go back and look again. Alright, he already has 1 to 26, so we are going to use this jack and get rid of the king. Oh, I got rid of the 9 too. Oh, you prick. Alright, and then one of the things that I can do with this, and this will show some of the other trickery that you can do in this game, is because he's at 24, I'm going to go ahead and double this 9, putting him over. Take that. Boy, do I wish I had another king. But I keep wasting him over on his side. He just got rid of an entire track, and he's running out of cards. Message me on the Discord where you're at. I'm kind of curious how close you are to where I grew up, because I grew up over by the state line. I live on the other side of the state now, and I don't really want to say where I grew up over on a regular live stream. But I bet you're not too far away from where I grew up. We'll put that there. All the face cards. Alright, I have 2 now in range where I want them to be. Get rid of your 9. Oh, you jackass. And actually, this will end the game right here. Bam! So yes, because I got all of my caravans between 21 and 23. Instant win right there. Gotcha. Yeah, it's a slow-paced game, and it does take a while, but I think it's fun. I really do. I know a lot of people that play this game say that it should have just been left out. I gotta think where that highway crosses, because I know where it does. It sounds like you are just a little bit south of where I grew up, probably maybe an hour south from where I grew up. I'm gonna look into that later. Alright. Anyway, back to gaming. Ah, that's going to drive me nuts because I know it. Now we've got another vendor here. But I don't know if I have anything that I can get rid of.
You've come to the right man. The Crimson Caravan Company has the widest
Oh,
selection
Ron's got his
of
stickers out.
wasteland.
Let me see what you've got for sale.
Can do.
Is there anything I want to unload? Probably not. Grenade machine gun. 2 words that I love together. I actually might be able to ditch the RCW. I don't know why I have it. What I will say is that if I'm going to go wandering around in the wasteland again, I should probably put armor back on. No, I think I got rid of everything that I didn't want to have anymore. I'm going to drop that RCW though. I don't need it. Get rid of these. And this. And these. That'll free up some weight. Probably ditch that too. ditch that. And oh, crap. That's going to put him over. Oh, let's get rid of that. Let's see what you've got for good stuff. Boxing gloves, boxing tape, which are a lot of fun to use in the vanilla game. Apparel. This is a, like, if you need combat armor for whatever reason in this game, like if you don't have a, oh, he doesn't have it anymore. Like if you don't have the jury rigging perk and you can use almost anything, the regular combat armor that Blake usually sells will repair the riot armor that I'm wearing right now. What's up? No, that is not where I live, but that was close enough. Like I just answered to you, was close enough to be in our athletic division. Let's see, what else do you have? Do you have anything good? No, we don't need any more stim packs. I will take those, though. Let's see what else. Primers. I'll always take primers. I think I need those, too, for a future quest. I'm getting all my games confused because I'm playing so many different builds right now. Whoa. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to clean you out of ammo because it's the only other thing that I have to come and get for you that's actually useful. Turn the monitor back on. Yeah, I don't, for whatever reason, Alt-Tab doesn't work with this game. Otherwise, I would just probably pop over to Discord on the laptop and answer the question. But for whatever reason, it doesn't drop out of the game on here. So and I'm not 100% sure why. Take these. Yeah. Yeah, that put us back into where we were supposed to. Ooh, and grenades. Lots of grenades. Because I have a grenade machine gun now. And I've got money to spend too, so why the fuck not spend it with this dude? Can you answer some questions for me?
Maybe. What do you want to know?
I do think you're right. I think we've talked about this before. Where does the Crimson Caravan company get its merchandise?
Trade routes, my friend. Trade routes. Just about every major town in the wasteland has a Crimson Caravan branch in it.
Do your caravans ever have trouble from bandits?
Out here, we usually split our caravans into smaller bands. That way, we don't lose everything if they get hit. It's not very efficient, though. But hopefully, we'll be able to start running larger caravans once things get civilized.
Sorry, I had another message in there that I actually cannot ignore. Family stuff. Nothing bad.
A
Where are you
little
from?
place in the NCR called Oak Creek. Used to be a farming town until it got taken over by ranchers.
Oak Creek.
I didn't want to
There's an
hurt
Oak Creek in
ramen for
Wisconsin.
them, so I signed on with the Crimson Caravan and headed east. Not much to tell, really.
That's all. Let's talk about something else.
Need anything else?
Goodbye.
See ya.
Sweet, I have primers. And Brock flour.
McClafferty's a hard boss, but she knows what she's doing, that's for sure.
I'll definitely take some Brock flour. So, while we're in here, because our mission right now is to work for these people, we're going to come into the main office and talk to Alice McClafferty and do an honest day's living. Of course, every desk in here is marked to own, but the other thing I'm going to do, we'll hold off on the helmet for right now, but because I want to be going and doing some wasteland stuff, we're going to put armor back on. Because I don't want there to be holes in me, and I don't think this little dress is gonna stop them. I could steal somebody's chips too. That's gonna come into play later. Hi, Alice.
Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company New Vegas branch. What may I do for you?
I am looking for work.
I'm afraid we have no current openings for caravanners or guards, but I am in need of a runner.
I'll take it. What do I need to do?
Deliver this invoice to Dr. Hildur. You can find him somewhere inside Camp McCarran.
I'd like to know more about the Crimson Caravan Company.
Certainly. What would you like to know?
How long have you been in business?
The Crimson Caravan Company has been in business for over 130 years. We're partially responsible for the progress in the NCR.
They actually, from reading the lore and just seeing what I've seen so far in Fallout 1 that I've been playing off camera, you do get to help them start out in the original Fallout. So yeah, that would be about 130 years prior to the events of Fallout New Vegas. Does the Crimson Caravan have any competition?
Well, the gunrunners continue to dominate the weapons market. And the Mormon traders from New Canaan control the majority of the northern routes.
Gunrunners also come from, I think they come from Fallout 2. I haven't run across them in the original, but I think they come from Fallout 2. You're well dressed for this place.
Normally, I oversee company operations at the hub in California. However, the New Vegas branch has been underperforming in recent years. Given the conditions here, it's not hard to see why. I'll change all that soon enough.
I don't have any more questions. Let's talk about something else.
All right. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Goodbye.
It's been a pleasure.
All right. So, our next item of business is we are going to McCarran to go deliver this invoice. Advanced armor, and you're still carrying a rolling pin. Let's do shotgun. And we'll do slug shots too. That actually still looks badass without the helmet on. Alright, so next stop is McCarran. Why am I still marked as needing to go to Crimson Caravan?
Hello.
What's wrong with the Mormons? Oh, because they need to switch quest. That's why. What did Mitt Romney do? Saint, show me on Ron Helton where Romney touched you. If you've got a problem with the Mormons, I'm here to listen. I'm here to lend a sympathetic ear. All right, so we need to go to McCarran Airport. I'm going to be looking for that 515 in the loading screen, by the way, because now I'm curious. I've never been that far west. The furthest west I've been is Akron, Iowa. He touched me on my civil liberties. Yeah, he does that. This is the leftover remains of McCarran Airport. But we need to come back here.
A little busy at the moment, but I can talk.
What is this place?
This? The LSI Lab. We don't get many visitors. The smell puts people off, I think. Nobody ever said science would smell clean and fresh. Anyway, you get used to it if you give it some time.
Are you a scientist?
I know I don't sound the part. Get raised by Brahmin ranchers and you never lose the twang. Drives Hildur crazy. But I know every inch of the power grid from Hoover Dam to Shady Sands. That's what we do here. Try to optimize the power output from the dam. Some of the others are working on an agricultural project, but truth be told, they aren't making much progress. Not yet, anyway.
And just in this room, we're
Hey,
going to pick up
researcher.
2 new quests.
Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me.
Okay.
Gotta be flexible.
Yeah, that's your neck of the woods. I guess you would know that better than a lot of us would. Need help with anything?
You mean give you work? No, that'd be up to the administrator, Hildur. He's back there in his office. Between you and me, I don't think he ever leaves. Plenty of mercs go in to see him, though.
Mercenaries? What for?
I can't say. We're not supposed to talk about the research. Not the details. If you're interested, I'm sure he'd see you.
Goodbye.
Nice to meet you. If you need anything, I'm almost always in the lab.
I'm almost always in a lab. Alright, Hildur.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildur, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
We are doing a good character, so we're not going to lie. Jessica is a good character. No, this is the first I've heard about Vault 22.
No, they wouldn't have briefed you, would they? Probably better that our junior fellows stay within the bounds of their pay grade anyway. Vault 22. Where to begin?
I'm listening.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground.
I mean, I would come in
hung
from
with
US 93 from the
ripe
south.
oranges,
I
a
told you guys a
harvest that
fib a
could
little
feed
while ago
city
too. I'm
or a
sorry.
nation.
Because I have been to
And all of
Phoenix
this,
and the Grand Canyon.
requiring no more than a
But I
few
flew there.
drops of precious water,
So I don't know anything about
and
the
the
roads.
efforts of only a handful
And
of
then my
human
ex's dad
farmers.
drove us around the
Impossible.
around the state. So yes, I don't know the roads, and I've been to Tombstone, and I've now seen Tombstone after being to Tombstone. That was an interesting movie. That was an interesting tourist trap too. Yes, I'd say so. I have no idea what he
A
even just said.
realist. We have that in common. A year ago, I'd have said the same. But what if I was to tell you that the wasteland can yield an endless bounty, and that the secret may lie a mere few miles from where we stand? We need only reach out and take it, and for that, I need you.
Scientific discovery is never so simple as that.
Isn't it? One directs one's efforts, or the efforts of others, toward a goal, and progress is made. It's a matter of incentives, nothing more. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them.
That canyon
no one
is
waters
hell
them.
and gone from
Yet they
everything.
multiply and spread in all directions.
What do you mean?
Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
Alright, I'll do it.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy. and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Anything else I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No,
I mean, that's how I always think of myself. I had some other questions.
Oh? What might those be?
Tell me more about the OSI.
The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters: medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office.
You said you were the director of OSI?
No. I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have. But I've found some promising leads.
You're doing all these things yourself?
Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course.
NCR has a food shortage?
Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so.
What other responsibilities does this office have?
We aid some programs the Republic has
The Virus
sponsored
Research
involving
Mission in Fallout 4.
sharecropper
I have never
farms in
played
the
Fallout
area.
4.
But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about
I'm
the amount of
interested
water
in
we're
Fallout
supplying.
4,
But those are just excuses for lack
but
of
the old girl
diligence,
won't handle
I'm
it.
sure.
Alaini Sikayam. I don't know what that means. Do you control the dam from here?
Directly? No.
Is this a
But
goddamn...
we attempt to maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. We were starting to bring the Helios 1 facility.
Yeah, the old girl
online
won't,
as well.
won't handle it.
That might have increased
I
our
actually
power
have
output
enough
by half.
processor to play Fallout 4. I
But
just do
some
not have the
wasteland
graphics card to
scum
do it.
managed to sabotage the array. Probably got quite a laugh at our expense. Very funny indeed. I'd pay a year's salary for a crack at that maniac. Not that she'd ever show her face in a place like this.
Haha, I am standing right here and I was the one that did it. What do you think of the NCR's chances against the Legion?
To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions
Why
they
does
have.
that guy's voice sound familiar? Hey Ron, are you by your Google machine? And if so, can you look up who voiced Thomas Hildur? Because that voice sounds really familiar. Goodbye. I may make a Christmas donation then.
Yes, goodbye.
Yeah, I'm working on doing a build because this little HP has been. Are you, Ron? Are you by a computer where you can do something on Google? No, this little HP for what it has had to do. Thomas Hildur, Dr. Thomas Hildur, on the screen here.
Even the stupid NCR is investing in new research. We're getting left in the dust.
Okay. And Veronica just actually did something important there, but I neglected to talk about it. She just said the NCR is doing research. That is a trigger to start her companion quest, which is good. I'm glad that we came out here to do this. So we're gonna head on out of here. No, where was I going with that? Yeah, this little HP is actually, it's been a trooper for everything that I've asked this laptop to do that's outside of its range, that's outside of its abilities. It's been a trooper. I'm never gonna complain. The voice of Thomas Hildur, Ron. I'm never gonna complain about what this laptop did and what it's done, because I have worked the processor on this laptop a lot harder than it should ever be worked. So I'm very thankful for it. But yeah, it's time to actually build something new. I'm I just got the case for it. I'm saving up a little bit of money to get the motherboard and processor. I've got a plan for it, and I've got a plan to do triple screens for it. It's just a matter of putting the money together to do it. Jude Cicholella. Huh. That doesn't sound familiar, but the voice sure sounds familiar. Yeah, everything in here is marked owned. Of course it is.
Did Dr. Hildur... This really isn't any of my business, but... Did he give you a job?
Yes, he asked me to go get some data from Vault 22.
I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildur sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
No, Hildur didn't mention anybody else.
But now he's hired you, which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc.
What few
but I'm
movies
willing
I've
to
seen in
pay
my
you
life.
if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's
Mike
alive or
Novick
dead.
in 24. Huh. I haven't seen 24 yet. It's actually on my watch list. Because I'm kind of interested in the process, in spite of the fact that Kiefer Sutherland is kind of a dink. Alright, I'll look for her.
I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it.
I have some questions.
Of course. Anything.
Can you tell me anything else about Keeley?
Keeley's brilliant. An absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll outlive them?
Exactly how old is Keeley?
I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. The Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there. So I'm guessing pretty old. 200 years? Maybe more.
She would have to be older than 200 to see the war, because this game starts out 204 years after the war. So yeah, if she talked about the war like she was being there, she'd have to be a minimum of 200. How do Keeley and Hildur get along?
Like a Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both
That could be.
Deathclaws in their way.
Yeah, because I
Keeley
know
hates
Mortimer
Hildur.
and Johnson Nash
She
have
says
talked
he's
to
more
them.
politician than scientist.
Okay, so
and
it is
gets in the
probably
way
from
of true
in-game.
discovery. And Hildur hates Keeley
Shawshank
because...
I've never seen either.
Well, because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually.
What's your role here?
Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible.
What do you think of Dr. Hildur?
The
Thanks,
director?
you guys, by the way.
He's very well spoken and knowledgeable.
He seemed focused on results, maybe not so much on people.
He's not what you'd call warm, unless he wants something from you. And even then, it's kind of a cold warm. Most of the time, I focus on the science and try to forget him. He doesn't get mixed up in any actual work, though he tells people that he does.
So, Hildur takes credit for your work?
He sure does. Everyone knows it. I've just got to endure this job until the project is finished. But abandoning Keeley, he crossed a line. Taking credit for other people's work is one thing. Sending people to die in the waste is another.
So it's got to
If
be
Hildur
in-game
tries to
familiar.
recruit
Yeah,
any more
because he's
mercs,
got a lot of
I'm
different
gonna warn
voices
them.
in here. With
What can
people
you do
that
to
you
me?
that you run
I'm the
across
only one who
regularly.
can run this lab.
Hildur mentioned the followers of the apocalypse.
My father used to say good things about them, but that was years ago. Back when they teach farmers and ranchers about crop rotation and the like. Nowadays, they've changed. They're doing what they can to discredit the NCR, give us a bad name with the locals. Dr. Hildur trained with them years ago. Not me, though. I'm an OSI girl.
I hear the food around here is pretty bad.
It's foul, to tell the truth. Most people try to get what they can from the outside, even if it's just a smuggled candy bar now and then. Contreras is a genius. He can find almost anything you'd want. Takes caps to get him motivated, though. He won't do a thing for free.
Goodbye.
Right. Stay safe.
Alright. And on top of that, in here, there are... I know at least 3 other quests that go along in here. Stupid vending machines are marked owned. And I don't know why. So we will talk to Colonel Shu.
I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before. What brings you to Camp McCarran?
I'm here to provide support. Is there anything I might be able to help with?
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
Any other problems?
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
You seem calm given things are as bad as they are.
Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands.
Who are the fiends?
As in chem fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your numbers. Psychotic and completely unpredictable. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions and my men repel them. But every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize them. He didn't return. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. You come to depend on them. And they come through for you so often, you forget it can happen.
I'll go to Vault 3 and see if I can find your ranger.
That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. But if you can get him home, it'd mean a lot. Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. They just walk right into people's homes in the middle of the day and take them. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You've found Motor Runner. Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some new friends around here.
How are things going for the NCR around here?
Could be better, I'll say that much. We set up here with our sights set on annexing New Vegas. It's a lot of resources that could do a lot of good for us. But that hasn't happened. If anything, they annexed us. They rake in the profits from our soldiers, and we're stuck protecting them from the Legion. Not exactly the plan.
Where does that leave you?
Now we're trying to secure the Strip and the dam at the same time, and it's costing us. And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offensive maneuvers, because he doesn't want to risk losing our positions. So we're in a holding pattern here. And Caesar's on the other side of the river, planning.
I bet I could make the Legion prisoner talk.
I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent, but I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building.
I could look into who's leaking NCR intelligence.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements. And it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
What's Camp McCarran's role in NCR operations?
It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the Strip, and it had already been fortified before the Great War. From here we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Troop allocation, supply distribution, intel. Usually General Oliver runs the show here, but he's on his way to the dam now, so I've taken on a lot of his duties here.
Are things mostly quiet between here and the dam?
Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word from the ranger stations has been especially concerning lately. Sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance.
I think this dude plays a Brotherhood captain in 4.
It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes.
Well, that would be, according to lore, that would be quite the change.
How it is that things could be so fouled up there.
The NCR, they don't like the Brotherhood. And I didn't know that from the lore the first time I played through this game. Because I put on the Brotherhood of Steel armor to go into the dam, and I had Boone with me. And as soon as I walked to the dam, the NCR kept turning on me, and I couldn't figure out why. And then, of course, because Boone had to shoot the NCR, then he turned his back on you as well. And I did this 4 or 5 times, and I couldn't figure out why they kept turning on me. Then I realized it was because of the Brotherhood armor. What challenges does the NCR face here?
Everything was going
Other than the
according
fact
to
that I'm going to
President
betray
Kendra's
them.
plan at first. We met minor resistance from local troublemakers. But our 2 main objectives are still contested. Mr. House controls the Strip, and he won't so much as meet with our ambassador. And we're holding Hoover Dam. But Caesar's Legion is positioning itself to overrun it. If it falls, so will New Vegas. We'd be forced to withdraw.
Citizens of the Commonwealth, do not be alarmed. We are here to help you. Yeah, we're going to use that full force of the government. Scary words.
Bye.
Alright. So the first one that I'm going to do, because we just picked up three missions here, is I'm going to go up and I'm going to do the interrogation, because we don't have to go very far for that one. The other ones do involve a little bit of running. Wait, you wouldn't get that. No, I haven't played 4 yet. That door is inaccessible.
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed. Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
Boy, is she mad.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Who are you?
Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and difficult to pronounce. Ready for it? It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. Colonel Shu has me handling the policing duties for the base.
Bitch.
I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just let me shoot anyone who talks back to me. But you know how colonels can be.
Do you need any help?
We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Is that a big deal?
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him.
What do you think it means?
Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
Why don't you just beat your prisoner senseless?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There's some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
So you want me to do what you can't?
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this.
Take it away,
When
Black
you're
Bar.
ready, I'll go in and
It's
give
a
you a
trap.
little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Alright, let's get started.
That's the
I
spirit.
object to use
Okay,
violence
I'll go
against
in and
prisoners
have a
of
word
war.
with him. Then I'll call you in. Long time no see, Celus.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
Alright, we're gonna have some interrogation fun.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
I think you're confused. I'm with the excrement right now.
You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
You must miss giving orders now that all your men are dead.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors.
Sounds to me like you were too gutless to follow Caesar's orders.
I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room. Get away from me.
Is something the matter, Silus? You look upset. I don't know. I thought she seemed like a nice lady.
Your friend is a miserable fucking degenerate.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have her torn apart by dogs.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Your tactics are a joke.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
I never left, but stand right here, jackass.
We don't have anything to discuss, worm.
I don't have any guns to shoot him in the face. You sure talk tough for someone who's afraid to die.
You think I could get where I was in the Legion army if I feared death? I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken.
And if you can't go through with it, you look even weaker.
You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead.
Continue.
Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot.
Who's the operative?
I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my cantery.
I don't believe you. You're lying.
Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you.
See? Don't you feel better now that you've divulged all those state secrets?
I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
Alright, is she gonna come back in?
Get away from me.
Watch out!
He can't do anything either. He's scripted, he can't.
Watch out! Come on!
Alright. Alright, where did the commander go? Hope I didn't fail the mission because I did that. Because that would be lame. For the Republic. Where the hell did Boyd go? Military police confiscated goods. Locked very hard. No, we were playing a good karma character.
Colonel Shu really knows what he's doing. Now, if only someone explained that to old General Wait-and-See Oliver.
All right.
Hey.
And throughout all this, I never delivered the invoice. Alright. Let's go do that, and then I gotta go find Lieutenant Boyd.
Hey. Yes? Something else you needed?
I have an invoice for you from Alice McClafferty.
From Alice? I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste, wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else? Or were you just here about the invoice?
I'm not the first person you sent to Vault 22, am I?
I never said you were. You've been speaking to Williams, haven't you?
Yes, I have. What difference does it make?
Not at all. Informed speculation on my part. Williams is very good at her job, so it remains secure, despite her best efforts. No, you aren't the first person I've sent to the vault. I'm sorry that I neglected to tell you, but I don't see how it makes any difference.
How many others have you sent to the vault?
I'd have to consult my records. 8? 10? Your point is what?
It doesn't trouble you that you sent 8 or 10 people to their deaths?
I have no evidence that they're dead. 1,000 things could have happened between here and the vault. They could have changed their minds and walked away. I wouldn't be much of a scientist if I leapt to conclusions without proof.
I want double the caps or I spread the word that you're full of shit.
All right. I'll admit that it's been difficult to find anyone willing to enter the vault. And I'd rather get the data sooner than later. You have a deal. I'll double your reward if you bring me the data. But this is as high as my budget will allow. Now, I know your time is valuable, so I won't waste any more of it. Feel free to show yourself out.
Well, I pissed the poor dude off. But we'll get a better reward for what's actually a pretty simple mission now. That's 12:39, so yeah. That may be why I can't find Lieutenant Boyd. Let's see if we can find her better at 0900. She is not in her office. I can't talk to him anymore because I punched him. And I can't find the lieutenant. Did I glitch the lieutenant out? Is the other question I have. Whatever. We'll hit the concourse and see what happens there.
Hey.
These are all unnamed troopers. I lost the lieutenant. Here's somebody named.
Did the colonel send you? I was hoping he might have changed his mind.
You look upset. What's wrong?
I know. I've been crying. It's stupid. I'm supposed to be a soldier. My husband, he's a ranger, and he got murdered by a pack of fiends. Goddamn savages laid his body out to rot. Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. I can see that plain.
If your husband is dead, what does it matter if you get his corpse back?
You never lost anybody, have you? Not like this. Never had to think about that person you love all alone out there, cooking in the sun like meat. NCR never leaves a soldier behind. That's what the recruiters told us. Promised us. We believed them.
No one else will help you?
His best friend, Jackson, tried. Didn't even get permission from his CO, so it could have cost him a lot. But he never came back.
I'll recover your husband's body.
Ma'am, I'd about given up hope. But you've got to be careful. I don't want anybody else dying on my account. Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings, east of the RepCon headquarters. At least that's what his squad mates said. There's an NCR position just north of there. It's on the way. They should be able to tell you what the situation is.
I think I ran across him at some point.
Morning.
Unnamed. Why is the garbage can marked as owned?
Listen, asshole, I know you're not really an NCR health inspector, so you can cut the restaurant critique routine. And
nobody, they get shot in the face and left in a shallow grave.
I looked it up, and there ain't no disease
pretty much
called colorectal implosion syndrome. So I paid you to look the other way for nothing. Wait, you're not... Oh, wow, I'm sorry. You look just like... Never mind, sorry. So what can I serve you up?
Because it's NCR garbage. Is there a health inspector bothering you?
That's nothing. You just look like the health inspector who stopped through for the yearly inspection a couple of weeks back. I was hoping I wouldn't have to wait another 11 months to see his crooked ass to get my caps back. Ah, well. Anything I can get you?
Dude, I'm a Czech. How can you get that confused? Got anything to eat?
Oh, yeah. You can order up anything you want. As long as it's corn or beans. Just kidding. Haven't you heard? With a few shipments from home and a little variety, the troops are getting restless for some quality grub. You can only do so much as a chef with just corn, beans, onions, and peppers.
Can anything be done to improve your supplies?
Well, we haven't had any quality meat in months. Everyone in the camp just eating beans for protein. It isn't pretty. Some of my kitchen machinery is broken down too, so we've been eating mostly raw vegetables. And I'm desperate for spices or seasonings. Anything, just something for the general mood around here.
Where would you suggest I find meat in the amount that you need here?
It doesn't need to all come from the same source. There are a bunch of different vendors around who sell meat. Fitz, the Nashes, Crimson Caravan. We've never really tried to go out and organize deals with merchants to supply our food. Already having an overstock of food, we haven't needed to. But we really need some good old red meat on the menu soon. So I'm willing to divert some caps in their direction if they're open to supplying us.
What parts are needed to fix the food processor?
Here's the list. We've been scrapping together quick fixes to keep it running for months. I think it finally crapped out and needs a full overhaul. It's the goofy machine behind the counter in the corner next to the stove. I'd be much obliged if you could take a look at it and get it fixed up.
Where might I find these parts?
I don't know. Try the various traders around the waste. Or the pawn shop in Westside might have some parts. Oh, I've heard of a place called House Tools you could check out. It's an old factory on the north side of Vegas. Just a word of warning, though. I hear no one who goes in there comes back out. Could be traps, crazy robots, or who knows what's in that place.
Where should I look for spices?
The Crimson Caravan would probably be able to arrange a regular shipment, but I don't know of any spices known to improve mood. Hell, we have a whole research department. One guy's even set up in the main terminal building. They're the ones who ought to be looking into it.
I'd like to talk about something else.
What can I do for you?
Alright, so I've got all the food supplies out there. So we're going to take off from that. Luckily, I put some points into repair while we were going through God mode of the DLC. So we can actually bypass the list with a repair of 80, and I believe we have repair of 100. Success, bypassing several broken redundant coprocessors. Using nothing more than bobby pins, tape, and a trooper Swiss Army knife, you managed to get the machine running.
Hey, back for seconds, huh?
I fixed the food processor.
Amazing. I thought that thing was done for. That'll help me transform what I can offer the troops. I'll give you a little extra discount the next time you buy food from me. Thanks again.
Alright. And then we'll take some time and talk to some of the Brahmin barons around the wastes.
The Legion can count on that.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that. That's marked as owned, even though it's tipped over. These are all marked as owned, even though they're discarded. And if we come back here, there's also one little supply room that we can work from. This guy always has a ton of caps too, so if you're looking to sell stuff, let's see what we can do from the workbench, including efficient recycling and reloading. I don't know if we have anything we can reload though from. Yeah, no, because we got primers, but we don't have any powder. Do you, you know, there's a town called Death, and it's on the same exit as Star Valley. I did not know that. this goes out onto the concourse. Which we are going to take care of later. Because that will be when we go and check out the spy. Did you see the article on the magnetic field anomaly in South America? I have not. I don't usually look up South America for anything, so no, I haven't had the opportunity. Tell me about it. All right.
You look like someone in need of a reliable supplier.
Got anything for sale?
Take your pick.
Yeah, he's got 8,003 caps. Let's see if there's anything else that I wanted to unload before. I don't think there was. I think I had everything else taken care of with Blake. Yeah. Yeah, I do. So I don't really have to worry about that, but let's see what this guy's got. I know he's got 9mm cases, which we can use for reload. He's got combat armor and missile launchers galore. NCR armor. Drugs upon drugs upon drugs. This is what I'm interested in. A star bottle cap. We'll take that. Because we do want to go get the pew pew. Some surplus 5mm ammo that'll break our gun. I thought he had reload supplies too. I guess he doesn't. And ammo if we need it, which we don't currently. I don't want to cancel. I want to accept.
Pleasure doing business with you.
What kind of supplies did you have in mind?
Are you implying I have some kind of secret under-the-table stash I only offer to certain clients? Because that could get a man in trouble.
They're saying that this magnetic field is a precursor to some change in the magnetic poles. Dude, they've been saying that for 30 years. Until the poles change, I'm going to call that global warming alarmist hearsay. I can be pretty resourceful. Perhaps we could work out a deal.
Now you're talking my language. I do have an expanded inventory for people I can trust. If you're willing to do a little legwork for me, I could give you access to my stash, and at a discount. Many of these items aren't available in the NCR, and you'll be hard-pressed to find them at a better price anywhere else.
Sounds good to me. What do you need done?
Well, I can't exactly go wandering off the base whenever I want, you know. They're already suspicious. I can hear the MPs now. Gee, Contreras, I didn't know you had so many friends in the gun runners. Speaking of which, guess your first stop. You're just passing a little note to a man named Isaac for me. I want to know which girl he likes.
I'll do it.
Great, let me know what he says. They're almost a straight shot north from here, up past the sharecroppers.
I need to get going.
Bye.
And it is not impossible, but it is incredibly difficult to get Isaac to spawn outside of the gun runners. And of course, if you go into the gun runners, it's trespass, and they open fire on you. Everything up here is marked owned. So it's karma loss if you check it. Got another door to the outdoors. We want to be up in the outdoors for whatever reason. But we are going to go back up into the concourse. Maybe we're not. I guess that's a one-way door. Or I glitched it. One of the two. A glitch in a Bethesda game, though. I mean, that never happens. The data is coming from ESA, European Space Agency. I dropped the article. Okay, the article's in the Discord. I don't know if I'm going to get to it tomorrow, because I don't know if you saw the Articles Worth Investigation channel, but I found a ton of shit today. I don't know if I'm going to get to everything I found tomorrow. Alright, back up to the concourse. I gotta see if I can go find Boyd. I always like the NCR armor. Yeah, but I can't wear the armor of the government. I just can't do it. What are we at for star bottle caps at this point? Not that we've even found the bottling plant yet, but where are we for the caps? I don't know. I don't know why I'm looking through my notes to figure out how many star bottle caps I have either. That doesn't make no sense. Because I should be 29. So we need 21 more. Alright, where is Boyd?
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Boyd, are you in here? No, she's not in here. Boyd, are you in your office? Can't play the slot machines in the airport either, which is lame. From what I hear, rather, you can in real life. I think I glitched Lieutenant Boyd out of this game.
Hold it.
Okay, I don't know why that happened. I guess getting too close to the concourse causes them to start shooting. Or not the concourse, but the monorail. Which is lame because I want to ride the monorail. Dude, I think I glitched Boyd out of this game. Which sucks because she was about to pay me. There's Sue.
Something I can do for you? Yes? What is it?
There she is.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission.
300 caps, and I only had to punch him in the face once.
Yep. See you around.
Thank you. I knew she had something for me. So, note to self, don't go ride the monorail. It's a genuine, certified, bona fide, electrified 6-car monorail. No. Genuine, bona fide, electrified 6-car monorail.
Hey, you got a second?
What is it?
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home.
I'll take you back there the first chance I get.
Great, thanks, thank you. I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after you. Seriously.
Thank you, Felicia Day. And that did, like I said, that started up Veronica's companion quest. So now we actually do get to go meet the Brotherhood of Steel. But there is one other person out here that I want to see if I can find before we go and do that, because that'll trigger one more mission. And then we'll come back and take care of Curtis's mission later.
Let me guess. You got work for me, right? Well, you're too late. I just quit the bounty trade. As soon as I pick up some caps that Daughtry owes me, I'm out of this scrapyard.
Are you supposed to be famous or something?
Well, shit. Feel free to stick a knife in the old ego. Thought I made a name for myself around here. Guess that's as good a reason as any to quit this stinking trade. No glory. No easy money, no women, and no glory. Shit. I'd settle just for the women.
Stop being a libertarian extremist. No! I've got a friend that works in the state, and I'm going to see if she can get me a handle on any local offices that are in need of somebody new in there. I'm going to run. I asked the question not that long ago. What do you need to do in order to get more libertarians in lower offices? And I decided it's time to put my money where my mouth is. Because all the Libertarian Party just goes straight for the presidency. Well, first off, the presidency is completely antithetical to the Libertarian agenda, but second off, they don't go after any lower seats. Amash is not seeking his House seat again as a Libertarian, which is a shame. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm actually going to try and run. I'm going to see what they have out there. Why does Daughtry owe you caps?
Because I killed a couple of marks for him, that's why. You ever hear of Jackson? Or Night Terror?
I take it they were fiends?
Damn right they were. They were good, too. Till I popped a couple shells in their assholes. Bam. Dead. Finished. Over. See, somebody gives me a job, I do it. Maybe I complain a little here and there, but my shit gets done.
How long have you been a bounty hunter?
Oh, shit, I don't know. Gotta be at least a month. Longer than I last at most jobs.
You worked a lot of different trades?
Oh, yeah. A lot. Like before I was a
Mercenaries
bounty
are not
hunter,
supposed to gain any
I worked as a
reputation
caravan
at
guard.
all. The less
You'd
people
think
know
that
your
was a
name, the better.
cakewalk,
Yeah?
right? Wrong. Crazy bastards expected me to wake up at dawn. Forget it. It's about 2 hours after this guy hits the sack. And I need at least 10, 12 hours of sleep to do my job. Price of excellence.
I've been known to hunt a few bounties myself.
Well, hey, the field's wide open now that I'm gone. Probably lots of people looking to get in once they hear I quit.
What are you going to do now?
Simple. Gonna make myself some easy money. I got a plan. Once I get my caps from Daughtry, I'm going to head on over to Gamora and win big at cards.
Yeah, that always ends well.
There's not many people playing at Gamora, so that means I've got better odds of winning big. I got this figured out.
Why did you quit the trade?
See, I thought the bounty hunting trade would be easy money, but it turns out it's hard work, so screw it. Also, I ran into this Mark who was a little too tough for me. I mean, I could have taken him. But with this guy, might have cost me some bad burns or an ass rape. I'm all for risking my life, but I'm a little sensitive about my asshole.
I think we're all a little sensitive about our asshole. And he plays Caravan, too. I'm not going to play again, though. Goodbye.
Hey, yeah. Next time you see me, maybe I'll be rolling in a shitload of caps, right?
Okay, numbnuts. Alright. Let's go find Daughtry. Because in an interesting turn of events, that is exactly what I'm looking for right now. Alright, follow the map markers. That's what they're there for. Yeah, there are people.
Hello.
Unnamed. Unnamed. Unnamed NPCs, just like the people over on Twitter.
Hey.
See you around.
Hey.
Alright, there's a major somewhere around here with a really, really big beard. Corporal Sterling.
Howdy. Name's Sterling, First Recon. Can't say I've seen you before. I'd remember if I had.
You remember everyone who passes through here?
Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all, and a lot of scouting from place to place.
He quit because he's a basic bitch. I like that. Have you seen anything suspicious around here?
As a matter of fact, it's funny that you'd ask. A couple nights back, I was on watch in the yard. Got myself a habit of looking all around, not just where I'd expect to find trouble. Old habit, but it saved my hide on occasion. Round about 1 in the morning, I spied some lights in the control tower. Now that's the 3rd time I've spied those lights, mind you. And every time I ask about it, they tell me the place was empty. I'm just saying, it didn't look empty to me.
Thanks for the information.
No trouble at all. Might be nothing. Couple frisky young folks looking for a quiet place to snuggle up. That light is mighty consistent. Always there at 1 a.m. Might be worth a look.
We do need that note. Interesting rifle you have there. Lever action, right?
I call her the Long Carabine. Didn't always have the scope. I added that myself. Been shooting with her so long, couldn't bring myself to toss her away. Would have felt guilty to part with the old girl. The other snipers used bolt action, but Gorbets reckoned it didn't matter none if I was different, so long as I could hit my targets.
Have you always been with the 1st Recon?
Used to be a ranger. One of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance. We took the lay of the land, checked out the locals, and kept ourselves inconspicuous. A couple friends of mine
What
were the
campaign
first
cover are
scouted
you
them.
referring to?
That was back in '73, if I recall. A lot of those rangers are dead now. Vegas always chewed men up. It's just a little more literal nowadays.
Why did you leave the ranges?
Well, that wasn't really a matter of choice. Got myself caught by legionaries up near Malpay. They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and feet pretty good. Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Wasn't gonna be trekking across the waste on any more long scouts either.
How did you manage to escape the Malpays?
Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me. So they didn't bother tying me up. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into the Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boys the satisfaction of killing me. But a couple rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on in and pulled me out of there. Lucky break, they said.
I've never heard the terminology campaign cover before, so... How long have you been stationed here?
Going on 6 months now, but I reckon we'll be moving out soon enough. Can't talk about the details. Till then, we'll man the towers and keep an eye on the fiends. We've had more than our share of trouble from their direction. Whole thing smells of Caesar to me. Of course, that's just guesswork. But I'd still bet a few caps he's stirring up the locals against us.
Goodbye.
Always a pleasure. Keep yourself safe.
Yeah, there are a few of these just regular lore conversations in here.
I'm Lieutenant Gorobets, 1st Recon. If you're looking to collect a bounty, you should talk to Major Daughtry.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find. Tell me about 1st Recon.
We're the finest sniper outfit in the whole NCR. If you need a bullet put into a target's eye from 800 yards away, you call us. Some of my team aren't without their share of scars, though, like Betsy and Sterling.
What's wrong with Betsy?
Cook, one of the fiends, ambushed her and 10 of spades. They both managed to escape, but not before Cook raped her. Betsy shrugged it off like it was nothing, but her behavior keeps getting worse. Always making passes at every woman who wanders by. It's inappropriate for anyone at 1st Recon to behave that way. I could discipline her, but I'd
That's
rather
what drill
she get
sergeant hats
medical
are
help.
called in the Army. Yeah, unfortunately, I never went. I'm kicking myself in the ass for it at this point, but I didn't go when I was first getting out of high school, and I should have. I can talk to Betsy about getting medical help for her trauma if you want.
I'd appreciate it. As her CO, I could order her to get help, but I'd have her agree with the idea.
What happened to Sterling?
Corporal Sterling was an NCR ranger until he was captured by the Legion. They tortured him pretty badly. He wasn't able to be a ranger after that, but his eyes are still sharp, so I had him transferred to 1st Recon.
Tell me about 1st Recon. That's a new quest, by the way, that I've never seen.
In the whole NCR. If you need a bullet put into...
I listened to that one already. Does the NCR usually offer bounties on people?
If they've proven hard to kill, yes. Whatever it takes to get the job done, even if it means hiring help from outside the military.
Goodbye.
Carry on.
And that's Corporal Betsy.
Girl, you are some grade A poon. Anybody ever tell you that?
Why, yes. Only all the time.
You and me at Gamora, rolled up in those silk sheets. I got leave coming up in a bit, so let me know if you'll be around.
You should get medical help for your trauma.
The lieutenant's been talking to you, hasn't he? Look, I don't need a head doctor. I'm first recon, damn it. You don't see the others crying about every little bruise and scrape, do you?
Let's see. We'll do medicine. I never do medicine checks. Mental trauma can slow you down or distract you, but it's treatable, just like any bullet wound.
Just another injury to take care of, huh? Well, when you put it that way. All right. You can tell the lieutenant I finally caved. There's a Dr. Usanagi who's supposed to be good at this sort of thing.
Have you seen serious combat here?
Not unless you count the fiends as serious. Gorobets keeps us inside the fence most of the time. Doesn't matter to me. I just shoot bad guys. Sooner or later, they'll move us out to the dam, though. That's when the shit gets nasty.
What do you mean?
Legion fights to win, and they're smart. Hell of a lot smarter than these crazy fiends. But I don't feel bad about shooting Legion boys. Fiends, on the other hand, sometimes I get pangs of conscience. Not often, but sometimes.
First I've heard about conscience in a while.
Some cute little junkie bitch, so fucked up she doesn't even know that she's the bad guy. And I've got a headshot her. Makes me think. Might just be sex, though. I see some cute little number and I'd rather get in her pants. So maybe I'm a stone-cold bitch after all.
You're a sniper?
What gave me away? The big gun, the shades, or the attitude?
The big gun.
Don't take this the wrong way, but girl, it's a damn good thing you're hot. That sarcasm blew right over your head, didn't it?
Goodbye.
Yeah, I always scare off the hot ones.
I am hot, aren't I? Fuck yes. Yeah, I know it. Alright. Alright, tell Lieutenant Gorobets that Corporal Betsy will start receiving treatment. Which is going to be this dude again.
What can I do for you?
I convinced Corporal Betsy to get help from Dr. Usanagi.
I wish someone with your medical training had come along sooner. I think she'll actually stick with the treatment because of what you said. I was afraid that Betsy wouldn't go for long-term treatment because she didn't want to look bad in front of the rest of the squad. You settled that. Do me a favor and let Usanagi know Corporal Betsy is coming. I'd like to make sure the medical clinic has time for her.
Goodbye.
Carry on.
Alright. So that'll take us out to the New Vegas Medical Clinic. Alright, does anybody see a ranger with a big-ass beard? There he is.
If it's bad news, you can take it up with the Colonel. If it's good news, it better involve some dead fiends.
What do you know about the fiends?
Pack of drugged-out killers. They're addicted to every stim, every pill, every psychoactive enema on this fucked up Earth. I've got 3 fiends I want dead, and I don't give a goddamn how it gets done. That sound like something that interests you?
Yes, it does.
Good. That's damn good. I figure it's about time we got lucky out here, so maybe you can snuff one of these maniacs. First one calls herself Violet. God knows why. The name is the prettiest thing about her. Spends most of her time with a pack of vicious dogs. Then there's Driver Nafai. He's fast and he's brutal. Killed about a dozen of my men with a goddamn driver iron. Hence his name. And finally, Cook. Rapist, pyromaniac, and damn good chef if you believe the fiends we've captured. Probably the craziest of the lot. I'm not gonna feed you any bullshit. These aren't your common Vegas trash. They've all killed good NCR men, and plenty of mercs too. You go after them. Any of them. you're in for a hell of a fight. So, which one is it gonna be?
I'm gonna start with Driver Nafai.
My advice is this. Talk to
I
Lieutenant
think my mouse is
Gorbets.
going dead because it's
He's in
double
charge
clicking
of
when I
Alpha
don't
Team,
want it
First
to.
Recon, snipers. If you're lucky, you can lure Nafai into the open and the sharpshooters can bring him down. You bring me the head, you'll still get the bounty. It's a better bet than trying to take Nafai one-on-one, but it's your call.
Where's Lieutenant Gorbets?
Out in the yard. Gorbets coordinates our sniper teams. He's been gunning for Nafai for weeks now. Only thing he hasn't had is willing bait. Don't have enough troops to order anyone beyond the fence. Not anymore, anyway.
Got it.
One more thing. If you want the full reward, you need to bring me a recognizable head. My superiors need proof they're gone. That means no headshots, no decapitations till after they're dead, and no damage to the face. If you want to be safe, aim for the chest. You bring me a head that looks like a rotten tomato, people will be doubting, and I won't be authorized to pay the entire bounty. Good luck to you, and don't get careless.
Alright.
Right.
So, we just added a bunch to our quest list. That's the word I'm looking for. We've got There Stands the Grass. I put a spell on you, which I'm going to do later on. You can depend on me, which is the Crimson Caravan quest, which we need to go back and get paid for. I Can Make You Care, which is that'll be the next one we're gonna do. We're gonna do Veronica's companion quest, but we're gonna finish this one first. Deliver Gorbet's message to Dr. Usanagi at the New Vegas Medical Clinic, and then 3-card bounty, our bounty hunting mission. So yeah, we just got a lot of content out of McCarran. Let's start with the New Vegas Medical Clinic. Get that up out of the way. I haven't discovered the Mole Rat Ranch yet? What the fuck am I waiting for? I didn't even know that the quest I'm on right now existed in the game. This is the first time I found it.
Hey.
Hey. Alright, Doc.
You're back. Do you need medical attention?
Corporal Betsy from 1st Recon will be coming to you for mental treatment.
Mental trauma can be just as debilitating as physical injuries. Fortunately, I'm well qualified in such treatment. I'll make time in my schedule.
Goodbye.
Take care.
And we got a reputation bump for the NCR on top of it. Enough news of your good works has been passed around that people like you. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. And gosh darn it, people like me. 41. So we gotta bump up our explosives and guns. Because I have to have everything end in an even 5 because I'm weird that way. I don't know how I got so far off of that. Oh no, I'm out of points. Fucking lame. Alright. I think a lot of that came from all the implants that we just did too, because I don't think we've leveled up since then. So upping the special stats has upped our regular stats as we went along. Alright, next we're doing companion quest. It's 10. We're going to start it. I can go for a little bit longer. I am not going to make it to midnight, I can tell you that. But we can go for a little bit longer. So let's do the companion quest. I Can Make You Care. Go with Veronica to talk to the Brotherhood of Steel Elder at Hidden Valley. And the closest place I think we have to go there is going to be the NCR Correctional Facility. But I'm going to get shot up around there too, so... I am not armed with anything currently. Let's fix that. Oh, I have to have the gun out to reload it. I don't know if my lockpick was up enough the last time I was in here. I'm gonna go check on something while I'm over here. Because I think I left a couple things unopened the last time I was here. The alarm is still going off from when the NCR raided here. I love how everything in here is still marked to own, in spite of the fact that everybody here is dead. Might as well. Yep, this is all cleaned out. That I didn't take, though. So there's a mod for this game that I was looking at mods for this earlier on. The ability to break down the the fission batteries to get uranium-238, spent uranium, and make U-238 rounds, which I thought was kind of interesting. Except the only thing that I don't know if I would like about it is the fact that, I mean, from where we're sitting right now after doing all the DLC this late in the game, this game is broken as fuck to begin with. Oh cool, it's Patriot's Cookbook. I didn't realize that. Yep, there we go. I knew there were boxes I left behind, because I didn't have the lockpick skill at the time. You know what? I can afford a karma hit. Because I bet you I still haven't hit karma neutral yet. Yeah, I still have very good karma in spite of everything that I just stole from dead people. I do want to check the main office building too, because I think I left some stuff still in there. Oh, most of the bodies have been cleaned up, except this dude. That's Dawes. He dead. But the NCR is still hanging around in here.
Evening.
It is February 18th, 2282 in game. We started in January of 2281, which means that that woman has been walking around in here for a year. But Dawes' corpse also hasn't started stinking up the place yet. Hello, beautiful. Look at all that stuff. I thought I cleaned all this out already. Guess I did, but I just missed one of the desks. That guy still hasn't healed. I'm having a hard time believing I didn't think to go clean that out.
Hello.
This I know I didn't because I didn't have the lockpick before. Well, that was worth the trip. That was absolutely worth the trip. I knew I had left some stuff behind, I just didn't know I had left that much. Or I was just trying to play that good of karma. No, because I cleaned that out. Good deal. This is so much more enjoyable with the radios on. That I've got to say. Alright, that's all cleared out. The dogs have respawned, but we have Animal Friend, so they're not going to dick with me. See? Look at the doggy. They, however, are not going to be quite as forgiving, I don't believe. The note reads, some of the fellows farther north are trying to organize. We're starting to think it's a good idea. Got to pool resources if we're going to survive out here. Sure, you've noticed the decline in travelers. If they're getting wise, so should we. I'll take that. Fuck your karma loss. Okay, could you not? And of course we got the two that are just kind of wandering up here. the thought that I was going to succumb to 9mm pistols. Alright. Let's go see the Brotherhood. Probably my favorite faction in the game. As referenced by the fact that I carry their emblem in the back of my truck. You know, I can just stop blowing these fucking things up. Trespassers will be shot. No photography. Danger, no entry.
Hi there. My name is April Mortimer. I monitored a communication earlier between you and someone with the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm with the followers of the Apocalypse. We're much more liberal about the sharing of technology than those Brotherhood people. Bring your robot to us. We'll see that whatever information it may have on it is used for the greater good.
Okay, I actually can't argue that right now because the followers do give you a better upgrade to Eddie than the Brotherhood is. The Brotherhood gives you a defensive upgrade, and the followers give an offensive upgrade, which, given the fact that we're not in hardcore mode and companions cannot die, they only faint, then it's better off for us to go over to the followers. College tuition. Yeah, no, I can see why that's a problem, but college is pretty well worthless anyway at this point. The accreditation is going to be the big thing that you're going to get out of college at this point, because, I mean, you're carrying around a device, most of us rather, are carrying around a device in our pockets that can give us any piece of information in the world at a moment's notice. So anything we need to learn how to do, we can look up. It's one of the things that the smartphone generation has done. It was supposed to make us all smarter, but it just made us much, much dumber. If the quest's in real life, which would you choose, Brotherhood or Followers? In real life, I would probably choose the Brotherhood. Because I would probably be aligned with them. Like I just said, I carry their emblem in the back of my truck. That looked like it hurt.
That's life in Freeside for you. Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people around here, right? The king says to keep up the good work. He said to give you this.
I got stim packs. Look at that. That dude is purple. Look at him. Yeah, dude, homie is purple. They would just steal Eddie from you IRL, probably. You align with technology fetishists? Yeah, I'm kind of a technology fetishist myself, so... Of course I would align with them. We have similar values. If I'd have been born outside the Brotherhood in 22, or when I was growing up in 2281, I would have signed up with the Brotherhood in a hurry. West Coast Brotherhood. East Coast Brotherhood, they're kind of racist. I've noticed. West Coast Brotherhood are kind of chill. Let's see, April.
Howdy.
Wouldn't be able to support Brotherhood. The call of Synthpoon is too great. Nice. I like that. But their next level as in steal people's property because they think normally people are too stupid to have it. Yeah. No, I get. Well. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Let's talk about that robot.
What would you like it for?
I've heard through our channels that it has some research that may be related to Enclave and Poseidon energy technology. I'd like to get what I can from it and use that data for the good of humanity. All of humanity, unlike the Brotherhood.
What are you going to do with it?
First, I'm going to pull off whatever log data I can. Then I'll use some of the tech around here to upgrade its weapons systems. Shouldn't be more than a few days' work.
Okay, you can take him for a little while.
Thank you. I'll get it back to you as soon as I can with the upgraded weapon systems.
You've lost Eddie's enhanced sensors perked. But yes, this will mean that we have completed one companion quest.
Hey.
I can fast travel from here, can't I? Alright, so let's queue up the Brotherhood quest again, now that we've discovered Hidden Valley. We can go straight there. The Call of Synthpoon. And what's nice about doing this for Veronica's companion quest is you actually got a direct line to go straight to the Brotherhood, and you don't have to go through their ridiculous initiation quests either. Because she's just going to take you right in. If you're going for the independent ending, Yes Man tells you if you don't destroy the Brotherhood, they'll be the biggest threat to you. Yes, but they'll also help me in the dam. Yeah, no, I just got to that point in my off-screen game.
Hold on, I've got this.
I'd like a large atomic shake and a double Brahmin burger. And easy on the agave sauce this time.
We gave you a password, Veronica. It's for your safety.
I know where you live, Ramos. Open up.
For Pete's sake. Opening up. Welcome back, Veronica.
I know that this is not Patrick Warburton's voice, but that's who I think of every time I listen to Ramos. I still side with the Tunnel Snakes 100%. I could see that. I know it's not Patrick Warburton, but it sounds like it, especially over the intercom.
Listen up. I'm in charge of security around here, and I can't say I'm too happy about having an outsider waltzing around. But since you came in with Veronica, I'm inclined to cut you a little slack. Just behave yourself, and we won't have any problems, okay? Oh, and the Elder's going to want to talk to you. He's on the 2nd level. Just take a right once you get down there. My office is right here in case you need anything. Just ask for Ramos.
Looking sharp, Ramos.
Behave yourself this time, Veronica.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like that when you talk to him in person, but over the radio he does. Definitely sounds like Joe from Family Guy. Joe Swanson. Tunnel snakes are perfect, no debate. Huh? And of course, we could run in here and start stealing right away. Or we could go take a nap. Which I don't understand why the footlockers are set to own, but the beds aren't. Because usually your beds are set to owned and you can't sleep in them without karma loss. Or pissing off the local faction, but these ones you apparently can. So where I am going to talk to the Elder too with this. And yes, this is the Brotherhood of Steel bunker.
Ah, more VR training? Maybe I'll hit the shooting range instead.
They do have an under level with some other stuff in here too.
Still
Scribe Schuler.
Scribe Schuler.
Come back here, goddammit.
Hello, you must be the outsider everyone's talking about. I'm Linda Schuler. If you ever need medical attention, this is the place to come.
Enclave did nothing wrong. Enclave is the government, man. So you're a doctor?
Yes, I handle all medical needs in the bunker. If you're ever wounded, I can treat you. For a fee. Normally I'd just be the base's medical officer. But my other duties say otherwise.
What services can you perform?
We have equipment here to treat most physical injuries. Lacerations, broken bones, that sort of thing. We also carry a full supply of antitoxins. You may have noticed the bark scorpions up above. Though tiny, their venom packs quite a punch. Treating scorpion stings is my
I have
most common
never done
procedure.
Arcade Ganon's Quest.
I can also
I am
treat
open
any
to
form
it.
of radiation sickness you pick up out in the waste. No matter what stage.
I have heard that
Save
it's
the
really
last.
hard to do late game. And usually by the time I'm getting down to that point, by the time I'm getting to the point where it's where I'm done with Veronica's quest, because I always do Veronica's quest and Eddie's quest and Rex's quest, you're getting to a point where it's too late a game to go pick up Ganon's quest. But I don't know anything about it. On my off-screen game, I'm doing Raoul's quest for the first time. You mentioned other duties you had?
I'm this bunker's head scribe in everything but name. I supervise the research teams. I collate the reports. I attend the meetings.
I'm not going to be here much
but for
longer.
reasons beyond me, that buffoon Taggart still gets the title. And don't get me started on that little pet of his. Everyone around here knows what's going on there but her.
Well, you can get sweet Enclave armor from the Deathclaw Promontory, too. Why not tell on him?
Oh, I tried. The Elder listened patiently to my carefully constructed argument regarding why the buffoon should lose his position. Then he just as patiently explained to me that Taggart's work was vital to our cause, and that he wasn't to be trifled with lesser matters. But vital to our cause? Hardly.
Alright. So that is her dialogue tree, so we're going to take that off.
Bye.
So is this. I like this armor. It's actually one of my favorite armors in the game. But I will concede that it's also not vanilla game, and Ganon's is vanilla. There's another bedroom. No, it's the same one, never mind. There's a shooting range. We can't use it to go boom boom yet, because they'll start shooting at us if we do.
Hello. You must be the stranger I've been hearing about. Sorry, but I'm strictly forbidden from offering our tech to outsiders like yourself.
NCR
Besides,
cover
I'm a
armor
little
looks
busy
so
right
cool,
now.
so western.
Hey, Torres.
Yeah, I can't buy and sell from her, otherwise she'd be another merch that we could use. Alright. You know, this even being my favorite faction, I really have never really explored the bunker outside of the mission. That's marked as owned. That'll make him shoot at me. And I know there's other stuff underneath, too. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in here. I think the underneath is just a bunch of bedrooms. That's what it looks like. So all their main rooms are up on the upper part, and then all the bedrooms are up under the grating is what it looks like. There's another barracks. Legion ain't that bad.
How are you, Scratchy?
Weren't you just asking me the last time we were playing this if anybody ever actually sided with the Legion? That requires a key, which I don't know if I can get into there, because I don't know if there's actually a key for it. You just need to put Caesar in Mr. House's life extension tank. Since he's immortal, so is the Legion, because the Legion dies with him. So that is level 1 of the bunker. Well, it looks like there are a couple other things we can scope out in here. The classroom. Alright, let's go to level 2. The John. We found the latrine. It's always good and important to find. Yeah, but I thought about now with like female servants. Nice.
How may I assist you?
This is the computer lab. We'll be dealing with that mission later, I think.
As much as I'm sick of Taggart's VR sims, I have to admit we wouldn't be combat ready without them.
Doc Schuler is a lifesaver. I was hurt in training the other day and she fixed me right up.
And Elder McNamara we can't talk to because Veronica's going to steal the show.
Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time.
When Paladin Ramos informed me that Veronica was approaching with an outsider in tow, at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of use to me right now.
Dude, homie looks
However,
like Epstein.
I will not force you to help us.
I just
you refuse,
noticed that.
You will be allowed to leave here, though you'd remain
I
Veronica's
should probably stop
responsibility.
saying homie, especially what
What
I
do you
said on
say,
Contemporary
outsider?
this morning.
Are you willing to help
Nephilim
us?
Ninja called me out on it too. I probably shouldn't have said the words reneged when I was talking about Sean King. Pretty sure Media Matters is going to find that and cut that. I'll help you.
Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the
Ron, am I
strictures of
wrong?
the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them.
I think I already found one of your patrols. Both paladins were dead.
While that is disheartening news, there remains hope that the other 2 patrols may still be found alive.
I'll begin looking immediately.
I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them.
Dude
The
looks like
shielding of the
Epstein,
bunker
doesn't he?
prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map once you get to the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you.
And that is the Brotherhood of Steel quest. Alright.
I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through head scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well.
Oh, the head is too narrow. Huh. What now?
I'm not giving up. He wants evidence, but he'll never go looking for it. He's scared I'm right. He'll never listen unless I hold the proof right in front of his face.
You think the Elder will listen at all?
He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it.
So, what is it you're trying to accomplish?
That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers, or the Legion's. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're gonna survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members.
How would you propose to do that?
Look at the followers of the Apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide.
What could we bring him that would change his mind?
I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets his attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea.
Father Elijah?
Our elder before McNamara. He had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert, chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists.
Yeah, Father
There's a
Elijah
comm
was
terminal
also a
not too far
tremendous
from here.
dickbag.
I'd use to
We
access
met him
messages
already.
from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it.
Alright, let's head out.
I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around.
Look at that comb over.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say?
Sure, go ahead.
As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years. And those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by.
and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations. And all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed.
How do you propose to do that?
I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it?
I'll see what I can do.
That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
So McNamara's
I hope you've been practicing your drill.
quest. You cannot finish both Hardin's quest and McNamara's quest at the same time, but you can ease your way down to both of them a couple of steps. And I have 2 Gatling lasers pointed right at me.
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder? The 2 of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes.
Thank you, Felicia Day. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on all at once right here. Alright, let's head on up out of here. Because I don't have anything new to give to the vendor, do I? What do I have in storage right now? I actually do have new stuff. A shotgun, mines, dynamite. Actually, I do have some stuff I wouldn't mind getting rid of. Only Veronica wasn't Lesbo. I mean, I am playing a chick character, so hey. Veronica being a carbon muncher, you know, kind of works in my favor here. Hell yes. Alright, now you are authorized to sell to me, so let's see what the company store has.
The word came down from the Elder that I'm to offer you some of our lesser wares. As if I didn't have other matters on my mind.
Show me what you have for sale. Anything I can help you with?
If you must know, my inventory check this week shows that our weapon count is 1 short. Somehow we're missing a laser pistol. Hardin will have my head if I don't find that weapon soon. I can't delay my report to him any longer.
I could look around for the pistol.
If you happen to find it, bring it here right away. I might be able to throw a few supplies your way if you do. Have you found it? I need to give my report to Hardin soon.
Sorry, I haven't found it yet.
Then we have nothing further to talk about.
Show me what you have for sale.
Our patrols are always bringing more stuff in. Take a look.
And there's another one that got a fairly large amount of caps compared to everybody else that we can talk to. Other than the Vendortron. I still can't believe those two words are together. Grenade machine gun. Alright, I'm going to drop my rolling pin because I'm not actually going to use it. It was fun though for a little while. I'm keeping the spring outfit though. I'll drop the goggles, the mask, keeping the jailhouse rocker. Get rid of the powder ganger stuff. And that I still have to do for another quest that I'm still waiting on doing, so we're going to hold on to the jumpsuit. No drugs. Get rid of that. Dude, look at all that food. No wonder I'm overweight. Alright, now let's see what you have. A ballistic fist if I was doing a melee run. A fat man. No, not right now. We're going to wait and do Esther instead. Another grenade machine gun in case I need to repair. Super sledges, all kinds of fun shit. Some regular combat armor. No reload stuff though. Alright. We'll accept that.
Give me a shout if you need anything else. Later.
How's the old cage treating you, Torres?
Can't complain. Not like there's any roles to go, right?
I don't understand why they have a company store if nobody can come in or leave.
Hey.
Thoughts, Joshua Graham. He was kind of chill. We met him. Alright. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go talk to Ramos quick.
Your presence here, let's just say it's highly irregular. Outsiders aren't even allowed to know that our bunker's here, let alone come and go freely. You impressed Elder McNamara, obviously. He must believe that you'd be very useful.
So, you're head of security?
That's right. Nothing gets in or out of here without me knowing it.
What exactly are the rules regarding entering and leaving?
Under the lockdown, only essential personnel are permitted to enter or leave.
Wow, that sounds familiar, doesn't it?
High security patrols. All other personnel are forbidden to leave, and any personnel that were out there when the lockdown was enacted are forbidden from returning.
I had other questions.
Fine by me.
What would an elder have to do to get kicked out?
Don't get me wrong, he's a good man. But Elder McNamara has done all right by us. If it weren't for him, none of us would have survived at Helios. I'll tell you what I told Hardin. There have been only a few cases of elders being dismissed from their posts in the Brotherhood's history. And those involve crimes that someone like Elder McNamara is just not capable of. You can look it up for yourself if you want. I'll grant you access to that portion of the history section of our data store. See Senior Scribe Ibsen about accessing it.
Tell me about what happened at Helios.
I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out the Helios 1 solar power station. Our elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place.
which is the only reason we stayed as long as we did. That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the Elder refused to budge, insisting that he just needed more time. We never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon wave of NCR troopers hit us from all directions. We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered, and they had more men than we had ammo. Eventually, our positions collapsed. Elder Elijah was nowhere to be found, so McNamara took charge and led what remained of us on a counteroffensive west. We lost a lot of men and women, but we broke through and made it here. Make no mistake, McNamara saved this chapter that day.
Who is Elijah?
Who was Elijah, more like? He was our elder before McNamara. Bright guy, but just between you and me, he was a little off. Our mission is to recover and preserve the technology of the past.
Yeah, he
But
did.
Elijah wanted more. He sought ways to improve upon technology, make it better. When we found Helios 1, he was like a kid in a candy store. Kept talking about the potential and a grand design never realized. He even insisted we set up our base
Yeah, I
there,
killed his ass.
against the objection of nearly every paladin. What followed is a whole other story.
Time for me to go.
Later.
Take care. Alright. So that is the next step down that mission. Yeah, Elijah was kind of a douche nozzle. But, I mean, to be fair, now he's a douche nozzle with a 357 hole in his head. I think that's what I used off him this time. Alright, and the fog has lifted. The next step in the mission is find Father Elijah's notes at the comm terminal with Veronica, which is going to take us back out towards Helios 1. To a little shack outside of there, but I think we're going to do that next time, because I'm fading fast. So, we'll throw a hard save in. This one. And we're going to call it a night. Alright, let's get the scene switched up here. Back to normal size here, and that is going to be it for the night. We will be back here in the morning with more Contemporary, and I got to get up really early for that one and get started early. There's no time to waste on that, because tomorrow's going to be a long episode of Contemporary. I can tell you that right now, just looking at the news that I picked up today. So, thank you to Unsatiable 1776, Ron Hilton, and Saint for coming and hanging out with us tonight. So, it was great to see you guys here. Hopefully more. Oh, and Attack on 3737 too. Thanks for checking us out as well. We'll be back here tomorrow. Come and check us out. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll be back here next week for some more Fallout New Vegas. I'm looking forward to that and actually getting some more of that. And everybody have a good night. Take care, everyone, and we will see you next time. What is Contemporary? Contemporary is my morning news show. You are on the West Coast, so it is up well before you get up in the morning is when it's on. But we'll be back there. I got to get up at 5 my time, which is like 3 Unsatiable's time, to get up and get prepared for it. So we will check that out. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out, and have yourselves a good night. Take care.